You can reach NAMI at NAMI Syracuse at namisyracuse.org or call us at 315-487-2085.
The support is an integral part of our recovery. Why don't you speak to the idea of recovery in general? Some people say, I'm in recovery or I have recovered. What are your ideas on that?
Yeah, I think recovery is, it seems is very different to different people. During my time when I was diagnosed, I continued to work every day. I continued to function. I had to go to work to support my family, but when I wasn't working, often I was in bed crying with my head under the blankets. But gradually through therapy and for me, taking of medication, I began to come back and began to realize that there was hope. And again, my wonderful wife Judy was incredibly supportive during that time in terms of helping me believe in myself, encouraging me, and so I think recovery can happen for some people. Some people, for instance, myself being depressed. For me, the beginning of recovery sometimes was just getting out of bed and sitting on the side of the bed and then maybe moving to a chair. So I think recovery can be a very slow process. And again, the more support, the more encouragement, the more that you feel that you do matter, somebody does care and will support you in any way is just incredible. And again, that's what folks can get from NAMI.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing. I know it's my guess that someone who has not experienced a mental illness, and I hope no one does, the idea, what you were saying, just getting out of bed, being a part of a stage of recovery, can seem exaggerated to an outsider, but in reality, there are things going on that
Right.
that are so serious that I'll say it again, disable a person, makes
Sure.
them incapable of doing some of the basic things. I can remember wanting to take a shower. I sat in the bathroom for over an hour, scared to go into the shower because of the
Sure.
anxiety. And my mind, I was just hoping my wife would knock on the door and say, "Are you okay?" And in that, about an hour and a half later, I
Sure.
think she did that. And I told her, I mumbled to her
Right.
in such, how is it one speaks when you are so um, impaired, and you know you're suddenly incapable of doing the basics of life.
Sure. I worked with a person once, and I don't mean to be crass here, but he said to me one time, he said, when I'm severely depressed, the highlight of my day is a good bowel movement. And that's how he was. I mean, he wasn't
Mm,
trying to shock me or anything.
hmm
Um, Someone saying, they, I used to work with a guy who went to bed every night at 5 o'clock. Why? Because he couldn't stand being in this world
Right,
anymore.
right.
And he said, yeah, I go to bed early and then I look forward to waking up in another day in hell.
Mm,
And that's, the old idea pick yourself up by your bootstraps. You can do it. Well, sometimes you can't. And that's where we talk about the shilts, the shame and the guilt. And that's where, again, NAMI can be such a valuable encouragement, a valuable force.
oh my gosh, yes. There is, when we're brought to that place in our life, it's such a humbling process, humbling journey. I remember taking care of my mother-in-law. She came to live with us while she was actually going through brain cancer. And
Mm,
of course, that was very depressing for her. And just when a person has to be cared for in all the basics of life, um, you,
yep.
oh, I know, it's just so humbling. I don't really have many other words for that. But, and so as a person goes through that, they have to have people around them because if you isolate, what happens, Joe, when you isolate?
It gets worse and worse. And you feel lonely and then loneliness feels, and it's really like a catch 22. Horrible. In my case, for a period of time, I was suicidal. I had bought rope. I was going to hang myself. So it was really pretty tough. But again, through support and encouragement and the support I got better. But it was tough. And knowing that it was, again, NAMI has supplied that. I got a call last week. Actually, I'm still on a provider list uh, before I retired, and this person was talking to me about how bad and sad they were. His words, bad and sad. And I suggested that he talk to NAMI and get in. And I repeated probably 10 times, "You're not alone. There is
Mm-hmm.
hope. You're not alone. There is hope." And sometimes that's really hard to hear.
I'm so glad you brought that phrase up. You're not alone. That is a real key in recovery. Because when you're on your own, you feel defenseless in a
Hmm.
way because your
Sure.
pride is really shot down through a mental illness.
Hmm. Hmm.
And when I was in the psychiatric ward 4 times, and one time I was at Hutchings for 2.5 months,
Hmm.
and that really does a job on you.
Sure.
But that treatment for me was actually the best thing that happened in my life because of the support that um, I was able to take my time instead of just having a 2 week stint in a psych
Sure.
ward. Um, and so, returning back to what it's like to be a board member now, what is it that you hope to accomplish as a board member, Joe?
I hope to contribute in any way I can to the furtherance of the NAMI name and goals. I'm going to be helping in supporting others and doing the NAMI 40th anniversary. I still have a number of contacts in the mental health community, folks I knew before I retired, and I all the time talk to NAMI about them. I'm going to be trying to work on ways to get, one thing we all do is work on ways to get the NAMI message out,
Oh, yeah.
you know, and it's for you.
I feel important suddenly.
That's because you are, Jim.
Well, you're most kind.
A legend. People told me I'm a legend in my own mind, but anyway.
Nothing like being grandiose. Yeah. Why not? Once in a while, why not?
Oh God, I think laughter is so important. We talked about that earlier.
Yes.
Laughter is so important.
Yeah. Yeah, it's medicine. It's medicine to our bones, our heart. Yeah, because the mental illness, the depression, it wipes out all that that joy,
Sure.
and it can come back. Though we both of us can say to whoever's viewing this right now, it will come back. Just as Joe was saying, we through the use of in the recovery, some people take medicines, some people learn about coping skills, some people deepen their faith. There's many combinations of ingredients to your recovery. It's wonderful, and NAMI has helped us through time realize some of those. Well, Joe, yeah, we're going to be tying up our time here. Is there anything else that you wanted to share?
No, I thank you for this opportunity, and I so hope people, anyone who watches this, will contact NAMI and get involved. The message is we're not alone. There is support. We do care.
You nailed it right there. And you can go to NAMI Syracuse.org to find out what's going on in your local community. And there are support groups listed there. There's education listed there. If you wanted to volunteer, there's ways to do that. Joe, how does one become a member of NAMI, and what's the advantage of becoming a member?
You call 315-487-2085 and tell wonderful Mary that you'd like to be a member. The advantages are many. That you get the newsletter every month. You're made aware of potential learning opportunities. You can partake. You don't have to be a member, but you can partake in different educational programs, and you'll be part of the NAMI, and I mean this seriously, the NAMI family, and that's so important, I think.
The NAMI family. Joe and Jim are in the NAMI family, and very glad to be there. It's been awesome.
Yes.
Joe, I want to thank you so much, Joe, for joining me today.
God bless, Jim. Thank you.
You too.
Take care. Difference between God and a psychiatrist.
Oh my gosh.
God knows he's not a psychiatrist.